Let's talk about it. Most humans don't have the ability to access everything that they have inside of their brain on demand, let alone on another person's demand. And then, even if they do have access to any information that they have inside their brain at any point in time that they want, if they just try to access it, when you are trying to access it or trigger them to access it, and let's take a shared experience. You and this person did something together. Well, you guys take experiences differently, right? So they're stored in different parts of your brain. So you may remember a certain part of the event that didn't actually get recorded in their brain. So you're like talking about this happening, and they're like lost, and you go, "Don't you remember the night that we hung out the other night?" And then it clicks because now you've accessed something that's actually stored in their brain because they remember hanging out with you. But then they have access to that day, and then they can kind of start tracking on to what you're saying. But what you say originally being what you remember from that doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to remember it that way, because it might not have been significant to them the way it was to you, where other parts of the night may have been more significant to them, because we do in fact interpret things differently. So if you're somebody who's more stimulated by like actual stimulus, touching things, seeing things, talking, all of those things, versus somebody that likes quiet, the parts of the movie that were explosive and all of those things are going to be more significant for the person that likes the stimulus, where the quieter, more rhythmic tones are going to be more significant for the person that appreciates quiet more. So if you're talking about the explosions of the movie that you've seen, they may not remember exactly what movie you're talking about. However, when you talk about the movie or name the movie, then they understand, oh yeah, because they did share the experience with you. You have to understand that the human brain is universal, but still unique. You have to use the universality of our brains to figure out the uniqueness of everybody else's. I know it sounds confusing, but it's really not once you understand it. It's really jumping the hurdle of understanding when somebody is giving you advice from understanding something that you don't, once you understand what they're saying. And sometimes that doesn't come until after you're actually doing the process. That's why if you want to do something, you have to start doing it and jump in and just learn as you go, and you can trial by error. Because most of the time, when you're starting to do trial by error, the things that they explain to you start making sense because you're starting to understand little nuances that were key to understanding what they were saying.